Sir.
Yeah, good day to you,
Yeah,
Mr. Correspondent.
gentle the Yahoo, the ESN stroke
IPOB commander.
IPOB commander has been arrested. There
Yes,
is anger in Igbo land.
there's very, serious anger in Igbo land because Nigerian military has not been able to come out and tell the Igbos what has gone wrong, where they have done wrong in Igbo land. We know the major region in Nigeria that, recently is engulfed by insecurity, with all these terrorist activities, killer headers, operations, bandits, perpetrations, perpetrating all manner of bloody criminalities, kidnapping, abduction in the northern region. This time again, Nigerian military targeted southeast central state of Nigeria, whose capital is in Enugu before. The entire Igbo land, southeastern Nigeria, there is anger everywhere because Gentle Yahoo, the Yahoo, was believed to be the only person that have stood one-on-one against Fulani headers that have been killing farmers across Igbo land, eyeball to eyeball, shoulder to shoulder. So that's why the Igbos, if you ask me, most of the Igbo, state actors, Igbo reality, let me say heavyweights, all of them, they are all angry. Why? Nigerian military, the locals in the north are abusing, having meeting with Aleru, the Dan Guinea, something like that again, a kidnap and the bandits, let me say, the most wanted, in the north by the Nigerian military. They are busy dialoguing with him, having peace deal with all the locals in Katsina and Zamfara, the ones that are kidnapping in Taraba, Mid-Belt, and Plateau State. Actually, they went and celebrated Eid, Eid al-Malud in the past. It was on social media, it was on newspaper. They welcome all these criminal perpetrators in the north as their heroes. While way back, come back to southeastern Nigeria, the youths over there are suffering from all manners of, state attacks. The country called Nigeria has actually seen southeastern Nigeria as their perceived enemies. That's why you have this kind of selection war, discriminative war against insecurity in southeast and in the north. Southeasterners before we were not known as, gun runners, but something happened that makes the crayfish to bend. And you see it. Gentle the Yahoo, if he's a criminal, if he's a kidnapper, if he's a terrorist, we would have known that. Earlier on, we know that he was very angry over the abduction and extraordinary rendition of Mazen and the Kano from, Nairobi into Nigerian contraption. And the Nigerian state has not been able to call the IPOB leaders or fighters for truce. Peace deal. All they do is they always smoke them. They don't care. The other year, that was 2017, was Operation Python Dance. That has actually, disallowed, neutralized over 38 supporters, followers of Mazen Nandekam. Nobody is saying anything about that today. What they do in Igbo land is, if there's any trouble spot there, let's say Okigwe or Ehime, the Nigerian military forces, they will race to that portion without peace deal, negotiation, or dialoguing with the community people. They will massacre the youths, anybody outside there, without, consultation, without questioning, investigation, and rest, and so on and so forth. So that's why there's much anger, because that Gentle the Yahoo, there has been every fingers, pointing at him. That's why we're asking, what are his doings? What are his shortcomings? What are his activities? What are his crimes? We've not been able to ascertain from the federal government of Nigeria. From some angles like the police, they will tell you is an IPOB. From another angle, they will tell you is an ESN. From another angle, they will tell you is a criminal, is a bloody criminal, is notorious. Let us be frank to ourselves. We should know the particular branch of crimes from where they are driving at can say somebody is a notorious this, blah, 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 without telling the world, what is this man committed? What are his sins or offenses? Because now from IPOB, ESN, I don't know again. We, of course, know that people that are called IPOB are the Igbo people. IPOB is indigenous people of Biafra, and it is not a crime. So if you are telling me now that if I go to Abuja and said, I'm an IPOB, I should be arrested. Indigenous people of Biafra. What kind of madness is this? You say that man is a notorious IPOB leader, commander. What is the meaning of that? Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of IPOB. Everybody in Igbo land is IPOB. That land, indigenous people living on that land are indigenous people of that land. Yes, it's an English language. So that's why Igbos are frowning their faces at that. Some who are very, very selfish and careless are jubilating already, calling Gentle the Yahoo a criminal. Have not been able to substantiate that kind of remark or accusation because no competent court of jurisdiction has ever proven Yahoo the Gentle a criminal. It is court that could pronounce someone a criminal. Chebi they talk saying that Tinubu win election. Na court pronounce them. No be so again. Why shouldn't court come and pronounce all these Biafran youths, Nigerian soldiers, police have been killing on daily basis? Criminals. So when court actually pronounce particular tribe, so thing and so thing, that is whom they are. But when court has actually pronounced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as someone that is free, discharged, and acquitted, so is not. Court contempt will start there. Nigeria government will say no. The so-called dictatorial judiciary will say no. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is sick, having cancer of the pancreas, which is trying to develop into what? Pancreatic malignancy. Nobody is paying attention because the court has actually, the judge, the lawyers, they've actually written for permission for transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to National Hospital. That plea was not granted because he's an Igbo man. And if it is from another corner, angle of the ethnicities in Nigeria, they would have given him granted his plea to go. Today, Gentle the Yahoo. Gentle the Yahoo, what was he doing? Was it not because Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned illegally from Nairobi, Kenya, that brought about agitation that has gone wrong this time around? It's an agitation that has gone wrong. Because if you look at it, you actually find out that Fulani has actually succeeded 35% on criminalizing southeastern Nigeria when they actually invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's compound, led by Muhammad Buhari administration, a military chief of army staff, a military man, led the Operation Python Dance that actually annihilated over 38 Igbo youths that are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his father's palace. So that's why he was allowed to bear arms. I mean, the IPOB. Yes, it was well orchestrated, signed and documented by the United Nations organization that these people should defend themselves. You don't allow yourself killed by some armed khaki men. They don't even care that we are not armed. That's why the IPOB, that's why the ESN and Biafran Liberation are doing what they're doing in southeastern Nigeria, where they are tacitly defending Igbo land against Fulani headers' invasion. So what are we saying here? Who the hell is Ifeanyi Okorienta? That is his real name. He has not been profiled as a criminal. They said Nigerian military or Nigerian army disowned him. Why? How? Do we know? Are we there? Then how come he's now a criminal? How? We don't know. So now they abducted him into Abuja. You know, they flew him into Abuja and to query him so that the whole world will know if Gentle Yahoo will say, Nnamdi Kanu send me to become criminal. Nnamdi Kanu buy gun for me. That is what Nigerian authority want to hear from Gentle the Yahoo now. And Simon Ekpa gave me money. He feeds me. He is giving me arm. That is why what they're expecting of him. Is Gentle the Yahoo the head of the bandits? Bandits and Boko Haram, ISWAP, Mahmuda and Ansaru, are they not operating freely in the north? Who arrested them? Who tried them? Who brought any one of them to book since its inception, almost nearly 20 years now? I mean, the insurgency in the north has come a very long way. And nobody is asking why it is still, lasts and proliferates in the north without an abrupt halt.
Thank you.